Hey, I'm Imran. You can see me up there on the banner. You're watching MissMalini.com.
So first up, your Imran Khan fan club on Twitter.
You still have me on the banner, right?
Yes, absolutely. Always. They're the first ones to tell us and tweet us that it's your anniversary, so happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
And your big movie's coming out tomorrow. So Team MissMalini's Rashmi is watching the movie as we speak, and she's been tweeting us that it is amazing.
Really?
And it is your best work ever.
Oh, very good.
And she's very pleased, and she had like a bunch of questions for you as well. But let's start with, what's it like working with Anushka? You got along really well, and she got along with Avantika really well, and you're both Bangalore people.
Yeah, you know, Anushka, the great thing about her is she takes her work very seriously, but she doesn't take herself seriously at all.
Okay.
She doesn't have those issues and hang-ups and nasaras about, you know, this angle and that angle and my hair like this. And none of that drama is there. So it's very easy to make friends with her, and it's very, very easy to work with her.
So who broke the ice? There was a question on Twitter, somebody wanted to know who was the one who broke the ice between the two of you.
I don't really remember, it was just years ago. You know, we actually met like a year and a half ago. We did a photo shoot, this cover shoot for High Blitz with these horses and things, and she was terrified of horses.
Really?
And I'm very comfortable with horses because I ride and stuff, so I was trying to convince her, don't worry, it will not eat you. It turns out that horses are vegetarian.
Vegetarian. Yeah. Just an apple is fine. So what was it like working with this director? Of course, Vishal is, you know, very seasoned. And were you nervous at all? Were you scared?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I was pretty scared about what it would be like. I was scared just because of the kind of role that it is. I was wondering what kind of a director he would be. I had this fear in my head that he would be a kind of director who kind of micromanages your performance.
Right.
And tells you just, you know, stop here, sit here, turn exact. No, too much, turn a little bit less, yes, that much, take a pause here. And funnily enough, he gave me a degree of freedom that no director has ever given me before.
Really?
Yeah, he gives you all the tools beforehand, all the things that he feels that you would need to know. He just loads you up and says, here, now you have all the tools. Once you're on set, he says, run wild. You decide what you want to use, when you want to use it.
That's awesome. So Matru is also like such a totally different character, full Haryanvi Jat. So how did you prep for this?
The prep was very, very intensive. I mean, on the one hand, you can just read words off a page and kind of parrot lines, but that's not enough.
Yeah.
The idea was to create this proper three-dimensional character, and to do that, I had to learn the body language of the guy.
Yeah.
There's a different style of voice modulation, the speech pattern, everything changes. So I actually moved to Delhi, and it was a 3-month prep time. I was in Delhi for about 2.5 months. And I joined a theatre group over there called Act 1. So Delhi people will have heard of Act 1. There's a guy called N.K. Sharma who's the director.
Okay.
So I worked very closely with him, and imagine my good fortune, there are 2 boys in his group who are actually from Haryana. So you get to hang out with these guys and you start to observe things that people would not perhaps tell you. You can't tell someone, okay, so just be Haryanvi, how do you do it? You spend time talking to people, and just as the days go by, you start to observe things. You start to notice that, you know, rather than sitting like this, the guy will sit like that. Rather than fixing a collar like this, the guy will sit like that.
Yeah.
All of these things that start to come in.
So what is their like big, I'm sure they talk about girls, right? Did they talk about girls at all? What is their like pickup line? What's a good Haryanvi pickup line that you learned?
I didn't pick that one up, but I got a great joke, man,
really?
that N.K. Sharma told me very early on. You have to hear the joke in Hindi because it doesn't work otherwise. एक बंदा है लखनऊ से, तहजीब वाला है, तो वो हरियाणा जाता है. And you know how people from Lucknow are very cultured, very polite. तो चलते चलते वो किसी कोई दुकान ढूंढ रहा है, कोई घर ढूंढ रहा है. He's looking for one place in particular. So he stops and said, भाई साहब, आपको एक छोटी सी तकलीफ दूंगा. ऐसे देखे दिखा.
That's awesome.
That is Haryana.
That is Haryana. That's a great description of it. So we're going to come back and chat with you a bit more with a bunch of Twitter questions. So stay tuned. Can you say?
Stay tuned.